Have you been thinking about moving to the Charlotte, North Carolina area, but you consider Charlotte a major city on the East Coast? Well, you would still be right by thinking that, as it is one of the top 10 fastest growing cities in the United States. And yes, it is known as the banking hub, and we have a beautiful uptown with skyscrapers. But there's so much more to Charlotte than just the major city. Charlotte, North Carolina is truly the biggest melting pot in the United States. Now, before you start saying New York, as a former New Yorker, and in this video, I'm going to explain to you why not only is New York not a melting pot anymore, but why Charlotte takes the cake, and why we're probably not only one of the most culturally diverse, but we also have a strong sense of community. By the end of this video, you are going to be convinced that Charlotte, North Carolina is probably the best place for you to move anywhere in the United States. And yes, I hold that to be true. If you've been looking for everything Charlotte, North Carolina, the ins and the outs and everything in between, including the upstate of South Carolina, then you've landed on the right channel. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and be the first to know about all upcoming changes to the market and the region of Charlotte. I'm 𝗖𝗁, your Charlotte, North Carolina real estate expert. And every single day we get calls, texts, emails, Zoom invites from people who are just like you, looking to make the move to the Charlotte, North Carolina area. So if that's you, be sure to drop down into the description below. All of our contact information is there. Whether you're making the move in 9 days or 90 days, across the world, across the country, or maybe just even across town, we're here to make your move exactly what you want it to be. So Charlotte, North Carolina, why is this the place that I consider the melting pot of the United States? Now, I'm going to be honest, in this video, it's going to be a lot of opinion as well as some facts to back it up, and in the middle, my own experiences. Now, many of you who've been watching my channel for a while know that I was born and raised in New York, just outside of the city on Long Island in Oceanside, South Shore. That being said, we had a wonderful life growing up in New York, and I would not trade it for the world. But having left New York and made my home here in Charlotte, I can tell you there are major differences. Now, this isn't just going to be a video all about the comparison of New York to Charlotte, but this is something that I've experienced. And the thing is, New York is considered the melting pot. But here's the problem. What is a melting pot? It's a pot that everything goes into and everything mixes together. I'm here to tell you right now, and those that have lived up north know this, there is no mixing. New York does not mix. You have your Jewish neighborhoods, you have your Irish neighborhoods and your Italians, you have your African-American neighborhoods, your Korean neighborhoods, your Chinese neighborhoods, and no one intermixes. Every town is its own ecosystem. Every town is separate from another. Every town has its own culture and demographics. That's not a melting pot. That's just a lot of people coming to the same area, but they stay in their bubble. Here's where Charlotte differs. Charlotte is a true melting pot, as you can have every single culture, demographic, age, style of family, you name it, on the same block. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. People talk really bad about the South, right? There's this idea or connotation that the South is somehow bad, that we're not at all culturally diverse, and that's just the farthest from the truth. In fact, when you look at demographics, the South is more culturally diverse than most other areas of the country. In addition to that, we are welcoming of everybody, every single walk of life. Now, I've lived in North Carolina for, at this point, a majority of my life. I'm not going to give you my age. You'll probably find it online. But a majority of my life has been spent in North Carolina, from the mountains of Asheville to Raleigh, but Charlotte has been home for over 14 years. And from that experience, what I can tell you is across the board, no matter where you are in North Carolina, you are going to meet the most incredible people of every walk of life, of every age. But Charlotte in particular has become a bit of a hub. Now, why is this? Well, there's a few things that are attracting this. One, Charlotte is attracting people from around the world. I'm not just talking people that are moving around the country, but we are a hub, of course, for finance, which means we have a very strong economy. Now, with this, we have people moving from across the world, folks that are maybe coming back home, folks that are coming here for the first time. I've worked with people from Israel. I've worked with people from Syria. I've worked with people from New Zealand, from London, from Paris, from Germany. I've even had calls from people from South Africa, from Dubai. People are finding Charlotte as a hub, but it's not just about the strong financial backing. It's also because they already see there are people and other demographics that match what they're looking for. Culture that is welcoming. They've got a great food scene. Just saying. I'm just saying. We've got everything from Ethiopian to incredible Mexican to French. You name it, we've got it. And yes, I'm a bit of a foodie, but off of the food for a second. We have a culturally diverse city, and that speaks volumes around the world. Now, that being said, do we still have some neighborhoods and areas that are perhaps a little bit heavier in one demographic than the other? Perhaps those that are moving from different parts of the world and do want a little sense of home? Yes, absolutely. We've got a lot of neighborhoods like that, but they don't stay in just that neighborhood. You might have 2 or 3 on a block, and then everybody else is intermixed. So there's no fine line that says, oh, you live there, you must be this. We're all together. Now, another thing I want to point out has to go back to, of course, finance and banking. We have some very wealthy individuals. A very large portion of our population in Charlotte proper is considered wealthy. Now, that being said, you'd probably never know that they have the wealth that they have. Growing up, there was a very common theme on Long Island, such as keeping up with the Joneses, who had the Gucci, who had the Juicy, who had whatever else designer we were supposed to have. And at the age of 12, with a dad who was a New York City fireman working 3 jobs, that wasn't going to happen. I think I had 𝗖cie, the knockoffs. I got really good at haggling down on Canal Street. I'm just saying, for anybody who knows what I'm talking about. But in all seriousness, there is no keeping up with the Joneses here. You could be best friends with somebody who does very well, and perhaps you're in the middle. You could potentially be standing in line next to somebody who is worth millions, and you wouldn't even know it because they're driving a Ford Fusion and they live in a normal part of town. People aren't about flaunting. Now, will you maybe see a Ferrari or a Lambo riding down the street? Absolutely. Have fun with your money. But it isn't something that is a standard to be kept up with. And that is something that I have to point out, because in moving to a big city, I feel like that's something that people have in the back of their minds. Will I fit in, right? Will I fit in? Can I get the things that other people get? Can I show up the way they're showing up? Can I go to those fancy restaurants? Can I wear the right clothes? It doesn't matter how you show up as long as you're doing the right thing. Now, there's a few fun stories about this, one that I'll share, which stands out to me. Since moving to Charlotte, there has always been this gentleman when I go to Uptown, and you will hear this. Just wait for it. Jesus saves. I kid you not, that's what it sounds like. And you will hear it shouted down the street, and it is the same gentleman every day. This particular man, he is a staple in Charlotte. This particular man, he decided that he wanted to follow his calling, and he walks around Charlotte and he yells, Jesus saves. And for anybody who wants to stop and talk about the good book, he is happy to do so. Now, here's what I find so interesting about this. We live in a culture right now, and I think you can all agree on this, regardless of where you are or what your beliefs are, where everybody seems to want to fight one another. And you're not going to find that in Charlotte. You're just not. Everyone is accepted. Everyone. So he's not being booed. He'll get a high five regardless of who it is. And we just know that's the guy that yells, Jesus saves. That is his calling. He wants to call people to the good book. We also have a very large Jewish center here in Charlotte. We also have mosques. We also have folks that are non-denominational. We also have atheists. We have everybody. But the coolest thing about this is it doesn't matter what belief you have, everyone is respected. And I think that's what everyone really wants, right? We don't necessarily need everybody to accept that or be one of us. We just want to be accepted. We don't want to be looked down upon. And that's something I truly respect about the people of Charlotte. Now, another thing that I want to discuss and share with you about Charlotte is having to do with your family. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I have gotten this question a whole heck of a lot lately, and I figure it's something I might as well let you know. People that are moving to the area and people that I talk to and families that I speak to, some of them have shared concerns. Maybe they're a mixed family. Maybe they're a mixed race family. Maybe they are of different cultures. Maybe they're perhaps LGBT. And their biggest question is, will we fit in and will we be accepted? Here's what I'm going to tell you. Charlotte has so many different viewpoints, and all of them are here and all of them are present. And the best thing about this is you're not going to be called out for being different. Charlotte is a place where you can truly be you. The only thing that we all ask for, and I think everyone can agree, is that we all just respect each other. And that is what Charlotte does. So regardless of what your background, regardless of what your family is like or what the makeup of that family is, if you are coming with positivity and love and a great community and neighborly attitude, nothing else is going to beat that out. Of course, you're going to be welcome with open arms. Charlotte is definitely a place where you're not going to find discrimination. There's such a wide range of people here, you're going to fit right in. Now, a challenge for you in moving to Charlotte is truly this: finding a native Charlottean. That's right, someone who was born and raised here, their parents are from here. They are a rarity, kind of like leprechauns. So if you see them, make a wish. I'm just kidding. But honestly, they are rare. Those that are actually born and raised in Charlotte and are still here. Now, they're not rare because they moved away. They're rare because the city has moved up and grown around them. So we have these beautiful communities that are actually a tapestry of people from across the country. When everyone is pretty much coming from somewhere else, it creates an incredible culture, amazing food. I'm just gonna say it, we still have really good food. But it also breeds ideas for local businesses and entrepreneurs. You find these awesome Latin clubs. And then right across the street, you have a place that's this old Irish pub. You've got a ton of breweries, and you have these areas that were once rough and are being beautifully regentrified. They have these old arts districts. We have murals on the walls. I had a question about that a while ago. Yes, we do hire graffiti artists. That's kind of a part of the culture here, but they're not just tagging it. They're making beautiful pieces of artwork for everybody to enjoy. Art, music, culture, it's all something that's widely shared in the Charlotte area. It's not something held for just one culture. And in fact, people do like to share it. As more and more small businesses are opened by people of a variety of backgrounds and even from different countries, it offers the opportunity for everyone to experience their culture and grow to love it just as they do. Now, as I mentioned, I've been here for 14 years. I have seen so many changes in Charlotte. I've seen massive skyscrapers go up. I've seen expansions of roads. I've seen businesses come and go. But the biggest theme that I have seen, especially since being on YouTube and speaking to people just like you, is that there are so many different varieties of people, and all of them are looking to Charlotte. All of them see what Charlotte has to offer, see it as a beautiful place to grow and be exactly who you are and be welcomed no matter what. So if you've been thinking about Charlotte and you've been worried that it's a big city that you're gonna have to try and fit in, I am here to tell you, come as you are, and you will be exactly where you need to be. Now, if you have any other questions, of course, reach out to me, but hopefully by now you have a better understanding of what Charlotte's all about and what you can expect from the people who live and love it here, including myself. Now, as I mentioned, if you got value out of this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and see everything going on in Charlotte, all the changes to the market and everything upcoming. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm 𝗖𝗁, your Charlotte, North Carolina real estate expert. And I really do get calls, texts, emails, Zoom invitations from people just like you looking to call Charlotte home. Well, if that's you, drop down into the description below. All of our contact information is there. Whether you're thinking of making the move in 9 days or in 90 days, moving across the world, across the country, or simply across town, we're here to make your move everything you want it to be. Until next time, I look forward to showing you around town. So you're making the move. There's a lot of videos that you can be watching, like this one right here, or maybe even this one. Really either one of these, but honestly, watch both of them because they're going to help you make the move. Go ahead, pick one. They're both really good.